Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the end of January, which as we all know is the only month of the year that has approximately 600 days. Congratulations, you've made it to the end of January 2024. In today's video I am going to be talking you through all of the products that I have tested out throughout the month and what I think of them now that I've had a little bit more time to play. So these are all of the things that I have sort of filmed for my channel, so there are first impressions, reviews, try-ons, etc. for all of these products. I will link any relevant videos down below, but these are my final thoughts now that I've had a little bit more time to play. I've maybe worn them for a full day at work, or I've just sort of used them in different ways. These are my final thoughts, and I also have just a couple of sort of miscellaneous products that I wanted to tack on the end. So the first review video that went up this month was Physicians Formula. I did a full face of Physicians Formula, and on the whole I was just a little bit underwhelmed with a lot of it. There are two products that I wanted to highlight for very different reasons. Starting with the positive, the blush. I know Physicians Formula powder formulas. I know that they are good, but this blush really surprised me. It's absolutely beautiful, and this is like one of the deepest shades that they do, so I was a little bit like, I'm just not sure if it's going to be exactly the right tone for me. This is beautiful, even on incredibly fair skin. I really enjoyed it, and I have continued to use it a number of times throughout the month. I will say there has been a lot, as always, as always with my channel, there's been a lot of like favourite blush options coming up. This has definitely been one of them for a powder option. As you would expect from Physicians Formula, it is a beautiful soft powder, blends really nicely. It's a soft amount of pigment, leaves a nice little glow on the skin. I really like it. And then on a slightly more negative note, the Physicians Formula Butter Glow Concealer. When I first tested this, honestly, I can't remember what I thought of it, but throughout this month I have been just doing concealer and not doing any sort of foundation. So I've just been sort of squiggling the concealer sort of down the centre of my face and then using a sponge and just blending it out really quickly and not doing any sort of foundation. And I tried that with this one, and by the end of the day my face looked like something out of Twilight. I was so glittery, not even shiny. I was glittery. And this is the only thing that I tried that day that was different. So on first application I didn't see that it was glittery, or I would have taken all of my makeup off and started again. But by the end of the day, the amount of glitter that I had basically everywhere that I put this product was unreasonable. There was just so much glitter, but you couldn't see it at the start of the day. Like, it was really strange, and it made me question if it was this. But then when I looked at all of the products that I had out on my table when I got ready the next day, I was like, that's the only thing that I have not used before for a full day. I really don't like that. So they are the only two products that like I feel really strongly about, honestly. Not used the mascara and the eyeliner, not used that again. Like, just haven't really used any of it again, which is a bit of a shame, but also it just wasn't knocking my socks off. So that's my thoughts on the Physicians Formula things. I also did a short this month with the revamp. Oh, does it say on it what this is? No, I think it was like the Deep Beach Waver. It looks like a beast, like it is a beast, and this is a heavy piece of kit. But the look that this gives, the beachy waves that this gives my hair, and also the amount of time that it lasts and how quick it is to do, despite the fact that this is a full-on arm workout. Like, it's really big and heavy and quite awkward to use, so if you have any sort of mobility issues I don't recommend this. But if you're wanting a beachy hair waver that will do your hair really quickly and it will last really, really well. This is a fantastic one. I was gifted this, but I was already on the hunt for a beach waver, and this is absolutely like covered all of the bases for me. Obviously I haven't done it today. I've gone back to the curly side for today, but I really, really like this, and it's sort of, it gives me the same longevity of style as my curler does. It's just something a little bit different basically, and I've really, really been enjoying using that. It's got a little stand thing. I feel like I can't really explain how I sort of felt about this because I just did a short about it, and I'm like, it's got a stand, it's got a little thing so you can open it, get your hair in. It's got a few different it's got 5 different temperature settings. I really like it. If you're in the market for a hair waver, I think that this is a great one. Then next up, I did a Made by Mitchell haul. I did an order from his website and I did an order from TikTok shop. Made by Mitchell TikTok has taken over my life this month. Like, just as a blanket statement, I've been living on TikTok, but I still haven't really gotten my head around, I'm a bit banana, I still haven't really got my head around the whole TikTok algorithm thing. I just go straight onto the shop setting and I'm like looking through all of the blushes and looking through all the products that he's got on his TikTok shop, and I've bought so much this month just from Made by Mitchell. But the 4 products that I've got here to talk about, some of these I have put in first impressions, but I don't think you'll have seen them yet, but I got them in the haul. I hope all of that makes sense. The liquid bronzer in Hollow there, really, really beautiful bronzer. Love it so much. I have purchased a second shade because this is a little bit light for me. This blends out really, really beautifully, but it's very subtle. So I have gotten another shade. I also have been loving Fairy Kitten. It's a pink to white iridescent duochrome. I wouldn't use this on my face. I have just been using it on my eyes and it looks beautiful. It's subtle, but it's glittery and it's pink to white. It almost gives me e.l.f. Duochrome Liquid Eyeshadow vibes, the Cyber Pink shade. It gives me a very similar look to that, and I really, really enjoy it. Then for actual blush, like I said, this month has been all about the blushes. Every month in my life has been a blush moment, and this is Posy Rosy. This shade has just taken over my life. Honestly, it's what I've been wearing so much. These are a matte formula, so there is another product coming up in a minute that's not a matte formula. I like all blushes, but I really love this shade. Like, they're just so fantastic. And then in a mystery bundle, I do believe, I got the Graphic Ink liquid liner in Sugar Rush, and that is a bright yellow liquid liner, and it's a fantastic bright yellow liquid liner. Like, I understand that that's not for everybody. I get it. I know that not everybody is going to want a bright yellow wing. Me, however, I love a bright yellow wing, so I think I've got a first impression for that one, but it hasn't come out yet. I'm filming all over the place. So then Revolution came out with a few new products. They brought out a new mascara, which is the Wispify False Lash Mascara. This is the mascara that I'm wearing today. I love it. It lasts so incredibly well. I did a full day wear test. This lasts so well. I wore this for a full day at work. Now granted, it wasn't like a hot, sweaty, running around like a headless chicken day at work, but I wore it for a full day at work and it absolutely stood the test of the day. Like, it lasted so well. The mascara still looked the same at the end of the day than it did at the beginning of the day, and honestly, that is all I can wish for in a mascara. And like I say, it's what I'm wearing today, so it is like very thickening, very dramatic. I have just been wearing that one so much since I tested it. And I also at the same time picked up the new brow pencil thing. It's the one that looks like a blade, like it's really thin. And again, I've really been enjoying this, and I actually like the gel that's on the end of it as well. The gel is a clear gel, so I do go over the top of it with my e.l.f. Wow Brow because I need a tint, but that is a really good hold. I really like the pencil because you can get those tiny little hair-like strokes. You can get the really thin little hairs, and it makes it look really natural. I got this in medium brown, and honestly I don't know why I got it in medium brown because that's not my shade. I need to repurchase it in like dark brown, I think is the next shade, because this is just a little bit warm for me and it's just not the vibe. But I really like the sort of concept of it where it's the blade so you can get the little fluffy lines. Really like it. I think that's a really great brow pencil if you're wanting something that's like that thin sort of a product, rather than something like what I've got in today, which is the e.l.f. Instant Lift. That's like a big chunky pencil, which I love. Like, it's a really great brow pencil, but it is different, you know? So next up, I've like got my phone open here so that I know what I'm talking about. So earlier this week, full face of Technic. I have been waiting and wanting to do this video for so long. There have been so many products that I'm like, you look good, I want to test you out, and I did a full face, and a lot of the products were just sort of, a lot of them were fine, a lot of them did the job, blended out nicely, looked fine, whatever. The blush. This is the Glowy Blush Stick, and this is Pink Diamond. This colour is just beautiful. It applies really nicely, blends out really nicely. I like take the brush and get the product off there and dab it on rather than swiping it onto the cheeks, because honestly it's me and I'll just get too much. But that colour looks beautiful, and definitely considering buying the other two because I think that they are beautiful. I also have really been enjoying this, which is the setting powder. It's the Hydra Set and Blur water-based loose powder, which blows my little mind that this is water-based, but it says feel the instant cooling effect of this innovative water-based formula that blurs the appearance of pores and banishes unwanted shine to leave a natural soft matte finish. I would 100% agree with all of that. It does feel cold, it does feel wet on the skin. It's so strange, but it also sets everything in really beautifully. If you have got dry skin, such as myself, you will know powder is not our friend. I do not like a lot of powders, but I do feel like in the last 6 months to a year, I found so many great ones. Trust me when I say I am picky. I am so picky with setting powders because so many of them just look awful on dry skin, but that is a really nice one. I think where it's a water-based powder, which I can't get my head around, but where it's a water-based powder, it really does leave the skin looking hydrated but also set. It blurs everything, but it's also set. Like, it's just the strangest feeling, and I love it. And by far the standout product from that video was the metallic liquid liner. So this is the Euphoria liner, and this is just in the blue shade. It's incredible. It is a brush tip, if you please. Thank you very much, Technic. It is absolutely beautiful, and again, I've worn it for a full day at work and it lasts through the whole day. Is absolutely fantastic. Another one when I go on to order some more of the blushes, because I will, they are fantastic. I'm also going to order the other 3 shades of these. It comes in a gold, a gunmetal, which if you watched my trend video that came out this month, you will know I think gunmetal is going to be a thing, and also a green. Either blue or green is going to be huge. I think gunmetal is going to be huge this year. I think all of the metallic sort of finishes are going to be big this year, but ooh, I'm knocking everything over now. I'm getting excited. My arms are going everywhere. I absolutely love that one as well, and like I say, it lasts really, really well. I wasn't sure if it was going to last well. I went into it thinking, I don't think that this is going to last a full day, but it absolutely did. Then the last video that you will have seen, I think, honestly at this point, like tomorrow, right, here's my thinking. Bear with me here. Tomorrow, Beauty Bay are launching a new palette, Revolution are launching a foundation, and I am trying to think in my head when I'm going to film those, because obviously I want to film them and get them up as soon as possible, but also those products haven't even launched yet, and I'm trying to film now the roundup video for the month, but I haven't even got all of the products yet that I think you will have seen in January. Do you see the problem that my brain has? Like, time is a liquid concept to me. Either way, I think yesterday you will have seen a short where I tried out the Made by Mitchell skincare? Question mark? I think at some point you will have seen this short on YouTube and also a reel on Instagram, and when I get my TikTok sorted, which probably will not be anytime soon, I will also be putting it up on TikTok. So I got a replacement here. I got a replacement for the toner. Already love that product. I've got it here. The one that I'm currently on, I've got it here. I have barely no product left in there, so wanted a replacement for that one so that I didn't run out of it, and then it came in a set with these two. My husband very kindly got me these for my birthday. It was also my 30th birthday this month, so that whole thing happened. And this is the Skin Prep Moisturiser. I like this. I don't know if I would necessarily repurchase it. It was really nice, but I feel like I can only use that in the morning. As a dry skin gal, it's just not enough for me in the evening, but I suppose it's like skin prep. Yes, underneath makeup, it is really, really beautiful. It didn't knock my socks off. And then also sort of the same with the Skin Prep eye cream. I have eye creams that I much prefer over this one. I just didn't feel like it really did, like they felt very similar, and I need an eye cream that is quite a bit richer and like a lot more than this one. So I like them. I'm glad that I've given them a go. But I have other skincare that I prefer over those ones. So, other favourites from the month, starting with the TV favourites. If you haven't watched Fool Me Once, please stop this video now. It was really great having you. Go and watch Fool Me Once. The one on Netflix with Michelle Keegan. Oh my goodness. It's also got Joanna Lumley in it. So like, you just know it's going to be good. I really, really liked that. And it also got me and my husband onto watching all of the Harlan Coben book adaptations on Netflix. Obviously we'd already watched Stranger, like that was a lockdown thing. We've been watching all of the adaptations from Harlan Coben books. I have read a Harlan Coben book and I could not tell you what happened in it because it's just so confusing. Everything is happening all at once and there's characters absolutely everywhere, and you know all of the characters from something, and you've got to sit and Google them so you know what show you've watched them in before, you know, that's that sort of thing. But what a good TV show. I feel like everybody has watched it this month, and if you haven't, you absolutely need to. And then skincare. Like I say, I turned 30 this month. I am suddenly very aware of like anti-aging, so I started retinol, and there are two. that I have been using this month, and I feel like they're quite different, but also they're both retinol. So the Enquiry Retinol Serum, I feel like this is a lot gentler on my skin, and the e.l.f. Skin Youth Boosting Advanced Night Retinoid Serum. I only have a little sample thing of this, but I do think I would repurchase this. I keep it in this little box because honestly it's just the tiniest little tube. I would lose it on my table because it's me, but really been enjoying both of those. And I feel like, although I've only been using them I think around about 3 weeks at the time of filming, which is, like I say, time is liquid, but I feel like I'm noticing a difference in my skin. Like when I am sort of expressive, if you haven't noticed, I am quite an expressive person. Like I'm noticing less like fine lines and wrinkles across my forehead. When I'm like putting my eyebrows up, I feel like the skin just generally looks fuller and also smoother. Like I was noticing sort of on the tops of my cheeks and like on my cheeks when I was putting makeup on, it was looking quite textured, which of course, skin is skin. You are a living being, your skin is allowed to be textured. But I have noticed a big difference in my skin texture since I started using these. I also, sort of around about the same time, got a Stanley Cup. My friends got me this for my birthday. Mine is actually empty currently. I need to fill her up. So like I had been drinking more because I've got the Stanley Cup, and I'm filling that up like 4 times a day and just drowning myself in water. But I do feel like I'm internally hydrating myself a little bit better, and I've noticed goodness. I've noticed a difference in my skin, but I did also this month start using the Enquiry Bioactive Ceramide Repairing and Plumping Moisturiser, which says visibly smooths and firms skin while strengthening skin barrier. I basically got this for the skin barrier because I knew that I would need it with starting a retinol. So really been enjoying this. Yes, it's like £20 for a moisturiser, which is like, it's up there for me. But also I'm in my 30s now, so I've got to start thinking about my skin a little bit more. So really been enjoying that one. And I have also pretty much every day been wearing this, which is the e.l.f. Sun Touchable Wow Glow SPF 30. Because I've been using retinol, I have been really religious about putting SPF on in the morning. I always do, and like always have done, but this is the one that I've just been reaching for a lot this month. I think where obviously it's been freezing cold up until like this week, it has been really cold, so I've just wanted the glow basically, and this has been the one that I've been going for. I did also repurchase the Enquiry Polyglutamic Acid SPF, but I'm like, I want to finish this one before I start that one. So really been enjoying this one. I really want e.l.f. and the Enquiry and all of these places to come out with skincare based, like glowy, beautiful, actual skincare ingredient based SPF products in an SPF 50, like before the summer, please, because I love this. I also love the Enquiry one, but they're only SPF 30, and that is not enough for me in the summer, and it certainly is not enough for me now that I am a retinol user. So they are all of my favourites. Do let me know if any of these like makeup bits are your favourites as well. If there's any new products that have come out recently that you haven't seen me use on my channel that isn't the Beauty Bay Valentine's palette or the Revolution foundation, because that will either have been up or be coming soon. Honestly, my brain is just absolutely scrambled. It is 10 to 8 in the evening and I am already ready for my bed. If you haven't seen my Instagram stories this week, I've got a wisdom tooth it's not making me wise, it's making me sad. It's wanting to grow directly out the side of my face. So I am struggling. I've been taking a lot of painkillers. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend turning 30, honestly. It's been downhill since there. But if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That really does help me out so much when you press that like button. I would also love it if you would leave me a lovely little comment to read later on. But until next time, thank you ever so much for watching. Bye.